It's summon happy hour right now, so get summoning whatever beautiful or wonderful dragon you want. My duo dive dragon is currently the one that is summoning, so I might not be involved in this one, but you know, summon happy hours are a great time for new players to get things like vampire dragons or just legendary VIPs if you get 101 orbs for them, so have fun. But anyway, the main thing that we wanted to go through today is the brand new Arenas Rush, because there was an official announcement about this. I don't think everyone has it right now, or they just need to update, but we've got this brand new feature of Arenas. So basically it seems like it's going to work more or less the same as usual. You're just going to be doing your arena fights, but in Rush, as it says, it's a time-limited event where you can earn KOPs, knockout points, by defeating enemy dragons in the arenas, earn more than your rivals, and climb up the leaderboard for better rewards. So it's literally just going to be like usual, but now you get additional points, and I guess because it's limited time, there's going to be more competitiveness with it. But either way, that is generally how it works. So just knock out dragons, get points, and you'll see that based on where you position yourself in the leaderboard, based on your knockouts, you'll get different rewards. So we've got this, which is an essence chest, which sounds pretty good. Then we've got a silver chest, which is another essence chest, but that's got heroic in it, potentially. Then we've got this golden chest, which has heroic or legendary. So this is a pretty good chest right here. So you know all the players that have been screaming about essence? Well, there you go. We do also have these perk chests as well. So you could just randomly get dropped Phoenix perks, or Reaper perks, damage perks, or health perks. And this is 3 days long for this rush event, which is kind of weird considering the timer on this season and everything, but it is what it is. So people are getting in. You can see there's already someone at 25 KOs. And it seems to put us in a leaderboard with 30 players. So 11th to 30th, it's still going to be an okay reward, but of course, most players are going to want to be going for either first place or like top 3 probably. But on top of this, of course, we do have the usual arena rewards that are happening, like the dragon orbs, we've got the shards, boots, we've got the event items as well. So now we're just getting tons of stuff from the arena, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It means that newer players are going to be missing out on a hell of a lot of stuff until they get a team that can actually take on Masters arenas. And if you're someone like me, that for a specific arena, maybe you don't have all of the dragons that you wish you did, well, you're going to be kind of screwed over a little bit. But, you know, before you do any battles, make sure that you always try and get your Winston's Tower activated. Especially if you're going for some big fighting points for this new Rush arena. But just in general, I don't think this changes pretty much anything about the arena. It's just going to be, if you don't do well in a specific Masters arena, of course you're going to be missing out on even more than you would have before, which is not anything crazy, but it's just, it would feel bad to miss out on all the additional essence. But essence as a whole is something that players have been complaining about for a long time, as in they think they're not getting enough essence, they want more essence. Well, now they've given you a way to get more essence if you have good teams for all arenas. Of course, the biggest problem, realistically, is the fact that having teams that can beat every single Masters arena in existence isn't exactly the easiest task. So a lot of players, oh god, of course he has that. She survived on 500. Goodness bless. But it takes a hell of a long time to get a team ready that can take on any dragons in the arena. Because, you know, you've only got 3 dragons that you can put into any singular fight, which means that when you're going into an arena battle, realistically, you're probably going to need like 20 plus dragons if you want to take on any Masters arena and never have a team that, you know, gets defeated. But getting like 20 plus E5 level 70 dragons takes a hell of a long time. So this is just going to give more reason for players to either consider being paid to win, maybe pick up more heroic VIPs, that sort of thing. Because coming first in a leaderboard set of people is not going to be the easiest thing. If it was like just top 3, that wouldn't be too bad. But just purely the top position, that is going to be a struggle for a lot of players. But you can see it is just as normal. There is nothing changed about combat or anything like that. So it's not really something that you actively even have to think about. You just need to do more KOs. That is it. So just make sure you're logging in, doing all your KOs, getting all your defeats on these enemies, and getting your event items anyway from the chests if you haven't already gotten them. But, you know, we can stack these up, get these bonus things, and then we'll see what we get in Rush. But you can see that we're getting bonus stuff from Rush. It goes towards our KO, well, our KOPs, which is a weird way of saying it, but there is that. These golden chests though, Phoenix or Reapers, Heroic Trade Essence, and an XL food box. Of course, XL food box is also very, very nice, but it's not gonna be what everyone can achieve, unfortunately, until you get, again, like level 70s, multiple level 70s, that sort of thing, and you just keep logging in over the next 3 days. Like Mr. Gilmar, he's been logging in already and going crazy as of this Rush update. So I do wish you the best. I hope you get a nice leaderboard so that you can get some tasty rewards. It's probably going to be just a couple of people that are probably going to be going absolutely insane with these Rush leaderboards usually, because you see most players typically aren't that active in this game unless you get unlucky and it's based on some sort of level system and you're like level 180 or something, maybe then. But it is just regular old arena, and for me regular old Masters arena really. So that is the new Rush stuff. And of course, like I mentioned yesterday, we've got the updates to the events, so we will see what the next upcoming event feels like with the updated 24-hour resets. The other thing that we've got going on today is Vampire Greedy in the Wizard's Hollow. And now, Greedy Vampire, is he a dragon that you'd want to be spending gems on to get? Not really. I mean, Greedy is an interesting dragon, because if you don't know, with the skill that Greedy has, it is, of course he's got Leech Fang because he's a vampire, but Megalomania mimics the last attack of the opponent but with more damage. In theory, this could be an insanely good skill. I think the reason why it doesn't really work in practice with this dragon is because of the enemy AI just not being that great. If you were playing against real players, I think Megalomania would actually be an insano skill, but for poor Mr. Greedy over here, it just doesn't really work like that. At least Greedy kind of looks cool as a dragon. And he is still a vampire, so if you were like a new player or something, you could still use the dragon purely for the leech. It's just Megalomania is going to be a very, very niche skill. So in certain situations, it would be absolutely insano. In a lot of cases, it's probably not going to be that crazy. So this time around, this Wizard's Hollow is pretty meh. I mean, we do have food boxes, so you could always just pick up some additional food. We've also got the gem chest, but there's nothing really that's going to entice me to be spending gems, and I'm just plain out not going to. So, Mr. Greedy, I'm sorry, but of course, as usual with Hollows, if you get lucky, pick up some extra stuff. Why not? You might as well. But aside from that, I don't think there's too much else going on. Mr. Fool's going to be leaving soon. 400 gems for these dragons I don't really recommend spending. You can probably get them via trading if you actually bother. And then, of course, we've also got more of these snug chests sitting in the ads as well, so make sure you pick those up for your Choco Carrots and your Snow Globies. Outside of that, before the new events start up, the only thing that we've got going on still is Heroic Combat, which we are of course still on pace for, so we should be done with that before the end of today, which would be great. And we're still grinding out the heroic quests. So like we've got the 1 hour 46 minute timer on this. I'm currently on stage 13, but we should be able to take our swing quite high. So I'm looking forward to more of these rewards, more gemmies, more orbies, and feeling good. So that's where I'm at today anyway. But you know, in general, for DC, I don't mind if they're trying these new things with things like, you know, Rush Arena and just adding additional rewards, because that's what it feels like to me. Rather than them taking anything away, it feels like they're just adding more stuff and giving more people an incentive to feel a bit more competitive. Well, I don't see the issue. But, you know, if they had taken away our other rewards from the chests and that, I would have had a big issue with this, but this just feels like free stuff. Hopefully they don't put the essence exclusively in these boxes instead of still offering them in, you know, collections. But overall, I think this is another good update. Just like with the 24-hour resets in theory, like I think that was a good change. I think this is a good additional thing. So I don't know. I know people like to poop on the social point a lot, but I've not really had many complaints. Sure, it's a bit buggy. There's some skills that definitely need fixing and stuff like that. But I'd say that the last week or so, and even the last couple of months with their collections, I'd say they've actually been pretty good. Like these new enchanted collections and stuff that we get now, it's just free mythicals. Like I'm pretty happy, to be honest, and I don't really have to put in any more work than I would have anyway, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to keep collecting more Duo Dive orbs because he's a cutie, and then hopefully we will pick up more baubles on our way through. But anyway, now have a fantabulous day, and in terms of preparation, remember that we do have high corrupted time, so even though I've only got 160 gems, I'm a little bit broke on gems at the moment after the recent events, but make sure you are saving your gems as much as you possibly can for high corrupted time race if you're going to be taking part. It is just in a week's time now, so it won't be very long until you're going to be finding out whether you're in a pay pig leaderboard or not, so that is not going to be fun when that happens. But anyway, I guess for now, ciao.